I've been homeless on and off since I was 18. Originally, I had a place. I lived in New Jersey. I broke up with my girlfriend. I moved into my own place, and I caught a bad drug problem because I got depressed. I didn't make the rent like 2 months in a row. I went into a program. I came out. My landlord had thrown all my stuff away. I didn't have a lease or anything. It was like a boarding house, and I didn't have any renter's rights or anything. And I lost everything I owned then. And for like the next 6 months after that, I was on the street over there in New Jersey, and I ended up going to prison. I did a burglary to support my drug habit, and I was away for 4 years. I came home in 2001 in the summer. My parents took me back in. I did good for a while, but my main problem was always drugs when I was younger, and I fell back into it. I didn't start shooting dope or anything like that again. It was just like drinking, smoking pot. But coming home from prison, all my friends had like expectations of how I should be, and I fulfilled them and went back. And I beat the case, but my family wouldn't take me back in after that because they didn't want the cops coming to the house or anything. And I lived in hotel rooms, rented basements from friends, slept in the park over there in New Jersey, and in 2003 I came to New York. I've been here ever since. Here in New York, I almost want to say like they enable you to be homeless because they have a lot of social programs here that they didn't have where I came from. Not everybody takes full advantage of them, but they have a shelter system here. No, anybody that's sleeping on the streets is either sleeping out here because they want to, because the shelters aren't really that good. I'll talk about them in a second. Or they have issues that need to be addressed, that they need help with, such as mental problems or something like that, that just, they slip through the cracks. Thanks a lot. Thank you. God bless you. For me, I've been in the shelter system twice. I currently have a permanent shelter. But I just came out of the hospital. I caught the flu from being outside, and I've been in the hospital for like almost 2 weeks. And I lost my bed there, so I just have to wait for a bed to open back up. I slept outside last night for the first time in a couple of years, and it was real cold last night. Somebody froze to death last week. Coming off of the flu like I just did, that makes me nervous. I don't have any blankets or anything. The shelter system, the way it works is you report to the central reception facility at Bellevue, and they'll send you out to an assessment facility from there. And depending on bed availability, you could end up in Brooklyn or in Harlem. That's where I ended up, on Ward's Island. It's technically a part of Harlem, even though it's on Randall's Island. It's not on Manhattan proper. Ward's Island is a nightmare for anybody that's trying to stay clean. And I had a parole violation. I came home in August, and they put me in the shelter system. And it was real hard for me. I had to go on methadone. And I'm off of it now, but I relapsed at first, and it's very hard to be in a place where everybody's there. 90% of them are there by choice because it's